Wuthering Waves is less than a week away and I'm super excited for this game release just like all of you. I've been scouring YouTube and the community to find out what videos and stuff to make for the channel, and I see a lot of people haven't answered the question about how free-to-play friendly is Wuthering Waves. So I want to throw my hat in the ring and help you guys find out everything that you need to know in order to stay as free-to-play friendly as possible with Wuthering Waves, at least at the start, because not only does this help you, but it also helps me because at most I want to be a light spender, but if I can stay as free to play as possible, I'm here for that as well. So to start off, I think the main course of action we need to go through are all of the events surrounding the game. Not only are events within the game of Wuthering Waves, there are also events going on outside of the game that will help us get free rewards, and I believe all of you guys should know this if you already aren't aware. To start, let's go over the events that are outside the game, and we have two web events. We have the pre-registration reward event, and then we have the 5-star echo event. For the pre-registration reward event, this is the big event that everybody has been discussing on social media with the goals game of getting 30 million pre-registration. Currently, Wuthering Waves is sitting at 29.7 million pre-registrations for the game, which means we'll be hitting our goal before Wuthering Waves even comes out. This is huge for us because all of the rewards that we're getting from this pre-registration event is really good, and I also wouldn't be surprised if the Kuro Games team adds one more special reward for us to cross over because we already blew the current milestone away. Before we even worry about that, let's go over all the rewards that we have received so far and that we will be receiving once we hit 30 million. First, for our 5 million goal, we will be getting 80,000 shell credits. This is the universal currency in the game, so it's very nice to have this when first starting off. Next, we have the advanced resonance potion. We'll be getting 10 of these, and these are your XP materials used to level up your resonators. We'll be getting 200 astrites, which is the premium currency in the game, like your primo gems and stellar jades. So of course we would love these because who wouldn't want to use these to buy more pools? Then we have the sigil en route, which is our 20 million reward, and this, from my understanding, is a custom profile picture or banner within the game, which honestly just lets everybody know that you were here for the pre-release of Wuthering Waves. And then finally, at the 30 million reward, we have the lustrous tides. We'll be getting 20 of these, which are your standard summoning tickets for the game. We then have an overall 5 million follower milestone across the game's social medias, and for this we are getting a free 4-star weapon selector, which is amazing to have because this will provide us a strong weapon to provide for one of our units depending on whoever you're selecting, and this just gives us a great start not only for free-to-play players but for light spenders and whales, because this will just saves us time from doing some weapon grinding for one of the characters that we'll be using. Also, I heard that these 4-star weapons are actually pretty good out of this selector box, so I'm glad that we had it. Next, we have the 5-star echo event. This event will be ending on June 6, 2024, so still about a month or so after the game officially releases, and this event will be providing you the opportunity to get the best echo that you can for your account depending on the resonator that you will be grinding for. Now, if you guys don't know, echoes are going to be essentially your gear within Wuthering Waves, and it's very important for you to get a very strong echo at the start of the game, especially through this web event, because this will make grinding for yourself a lot easier down the road. This is just a pull event that requires you to do a few tasks like sharing the events, following them on social media, so on and so forth, and this will grant you pulls in order to get an echo that matches the character that you want for the game. Now, there is a guide that I'll either be posting on screen or in the description to show you what echoes that you'll be wanting depending on the resonator that you're going to be going for. A lot of people are aiming theirs around the 5-star standard banner characters, but if you want to aim it around a 4-star or even a limited character banner, I believe some of these can work for Jinlin and Jian. If you want to aim it around any of those, be sure to do that as well, but I'll be providing that guide again either on screen or in the description for you guys to check out. Now that we're done with the web events, let's get into the end game events. For the first end game event, we have the Gifts of Dawn Frost. This is a permanent event that just requires you to log in for 7 days to obtain free rewards. For the first 4 days, you'll be getting 4 lustrous tides. For day 5, you'll be getting the 4-star resonator Sanhua, which is already said to be a really good DPS. I've even seen content of them clearing in-game content within the game during the betas, so I'm pretty sure she's going to be a great character to have when first starting off in the game. And for day 6 and 7, you're going to be getting 4 radiant tides, which are going to be your limited summoning tickets, which who doesn't like free pools for their limited character banners? For the next event, we have Awakening Journey. This is a permanent event that rewards players every 10 levels starting from level 5 to 45. At level 5, we'll be be getting 5 lustrous tides and 200 astrites. At level 15, we'll be getting another 5 lustrous tides and 400 astrites. At level 25, we'll be getting 15 lustrous tides and 2 crystal solvents. Crystal solvents are the stamina resources in the game, and for each one, they provide you 60 each. At level 35, we have 15 more lustrous tides with another 2 crystal solvents, and at level 45, we have 1 winter broom weapon box, which is a free 5-star weapon selector, and 1000 astrites. I don't know if you guys realize this, that's 1600 astrites, which equates to a 10 pool, I believe, and then that is 40 lustrous tides in total, which is 40 pools for the standard banner. That is a very generous amount of rewards for us to be pulling, and if I'm not mistaken, that right there from in-game will guarantee you your first free 5-star, if I'm not mistaken, within the game, which we'll talk about later on within the video. And then finally, we have the Rumbling Hollows event. This is a permanent event that just requires players to unlock the Tower of Adversity mode and clear the expert zone. You'll be getting 80,000 shell credits here, which again is universal currency, 2 premium energy cores, which are experience materials used for leveling up weapons, and then premium resonant potions. You'll be getting 2 of these, which is XP material for leveling up resonators. And that wraps up all the events surrounding Wuthering Waves. Again, these are in-game and web events form, so be sure to complete these because this puts you ahead of the game for anybody that doesn't, with all this free material pools, premium currency, and everything that you're going to be getting for them for just playing and enjoying the game. We still have a lot of things to cover when it comes to the free-to-play friendly side of Wuthering Waves, and I think the next thing that best segments into us is us understanding more about the gacha system. Now for this section, I want to go over each of the banners that you need to be worried about, whether it be understanding how many pools and stuff you need in order to get 4 to 5-star characters, what characters are going to be in the banners, hard pity, soft pity, so on and so on. So first start, let's go with the Novice Convenience. This is the beginner banner. This banner will be using the lustrous tide summoning tickets, and when first starting off, you will be getting 20% off, I believe, of your first 50 pools. To give you guys a brief description of the pool information for this banner, every 10 pool will guarantee you a 4-star item and above, and for your first 50 pools, you are guaranteed a 5-star character. Now, if you guys don't know who are the standard 5 stars, we have Calcharo, who is an Electro Sword DPS, Farina, who is a Spectral Rectify support, Lingang, who is a Glacial Gauntlet DPS, Jin, who is an Arrow Gauntlet support, and Encore, who is a Fusion Rectifier DPS. Any of these resonator are good picks, so pick whoever you want, but I do believe most people will agree if you do want some form of suggestion, going for a DPS or hoping to get a DPS will make your life a lot easier, since a lot of the early games will be more so how much DPS you can do and less about how strong a support character is. But don't worry, even if you do get a support, there are some really strong DPS characters you will be getting for free, which we'll talk about further into the video. Next, we have the Character Permanent Convene, which is the standard banner. Again, this one will be every 10 pool, guarantees you a 4-star item and above. A 4-star character is guaranteed within 80 pools, which is hard pity, and then soft pity sits around 60 to 70 pools. For the Character Event Convene, this is the limited time banner. This banner will provide you 4-star item and above at every 10 pool, and a 5-star character is guaranteed within 50 pools. Just like any limited time banner of any gacha game, there's a 50-50 chance for you to get the limited character for the first time, but you are guaranteed after losing the 50-50 to get them the next go round. Soft pity for this limited time banner also sits at 60-70 pools, and if you guys don't know who are the first 2 limited banner characters, you have Jian and Yinlin. Great options for whichever one you want. Personally, I'm going for Yinlin because I want my standard banner character to be Calcharo, and Calcharo and Yinlin have some pretty good synergy together. Next, we have the Weapon Banner Covenant. This is our standard weapon banner, and just like before, every 10 pool guarantees you a 4-star and above. A 5-star weapon is guaranteed within 80 pools, and a great thing about this weapon banner is that you can choose the target 5-star weapon you want to drop. I don't know if this is only up to one time or if this is every time you pull at this banner, but this is so good to have because most weapon banners in most gacha games just aren't worth pulling for, because you would rather spend your currency and stuff towards pools, towards characters instead of weapons. And I love the fact that going for weapons in this game is actually worth it because you get to dictate which ones you're going to be getting. And you have the weapon event coming in, which is your limited banner. Every 10 pools, 4-star item and above. The limited 5-star weapon for this banner is guaranteed within 50 pools, and soft pity for this banner is within 60 to 70. 70. Now, a cool thing that I found out with Wuthering Waves is that not only do we have the banner system for the gacha, but we also have a way to purchase the resonators or characters that we give through wave bands. Resonator wave bands are purchasable character copies that you get in the shop after you pull the character for the first time. So in order to get a copy of a character, no matter if they are a 4-star or a 5-star, you at least need to get them at least one time within a pool. And in order to get these copies, you need to purchase them with Afterglow Coral. Afterglow Coral are exchange tokens that you just receive from doing pulls. So while you're just mindlessly pulling once you get to the certain amount that you need, you can just grab the copies whatever you want. But the amount of copies are limited depending on the stars and the characters and what banner they come from. For 5-star characters, you are limited to 2 copies being purchased, and for 4-star characters, you are limited to 1 copy being purchased. Limited 5 stars are going to cost you 360 Afterglow Corals. Standard 5-star characters are going to cost you 270, and then 4 stars are going to cost you 55, which seems to be some pretty reasonable prices from what I'm seeing so far. Next, I want to go over all the different 4-star units that you can get within the game for free, and it's really good to notice because 4 stars are actually pretty strong within Wuthering Waves, and they all can carry you through the current in-game content in the game. So whatever free 4 stars you can get, I would definitely grab those. But before you get into that, there is a small note that I want to bring up that I Am Ravenous. He's another great content creator for Wuthering Waves. He actually made a spreadsheet to let us know how many pulls you are guaranteed within Wuthering Waves if you play for the first 30 days. Now, he does have a full breakdown in his spreadsheet where you can get all these pulls, but just to let you know, you are guaranteed 242 pulls free to play for just playing for 30 days. Now, this all includes the current events and stuff that I expressed in the beginning of the video, but definitely check out the spreadsheet, which I will be leaving in the description below, so you guys can see the full breakdown of where all these pools are coming from. But anyways, let's get to these 4-star units. To start, you're going to be getting 3 4-star units by just playing the story. One of them will be Chixia. She is a fusion pistol DPS. Then we have Baiji. She is a glacial rectifier support. And then we have Yang Yang, who is a arrow sword DPS. Next, you will be getting Sanhua, who I mentioned in the beginning of the video. You'll be getting her through the login event of the game, and she is a glacial sword DPS. And for the final event, like I said it before, you'll be getting Yanhua in the Rumbling Hollows, and he is a lightning gauntlet DPS. As you can see, you have a lot of DPS options and one support option, which Baiji is a good character to be grinding and grabbing, but also this all depends on the different units and stuff you're going to be collecting and the 5-star units you're going to be aiming for. But trust me, a lot of this character fits on a lot of different team comps, so I'm pretty sure you're going to find some use out of any one of these units once you grab them. And then lastly for this video, we want to talk about essentially gear farming. Gear farming is a very big thing within gacha things, and it can be an expensive thing to do depending on how efficient you want to farm when playing throughout the lifespan of the game. And why I state this is because in other gacha games, when it comes to farming for gear, normally that takes up using stamina. Stamina is your daily resource in order for you to do certain content within the game. And a lot of gacha games, especially if you're familiar with Hoyoverse, you're limited to about 240 resin or stamina a day, which limits on how frequent you can grind gear for characters a day. And how you're able to bypass this is that you have to spend premium currency to provide yourself more stamina, which for Wuthering Waves, you don't need to do that. There is a stamina system in Wuthering Waves, but for Wuthering, their gear system is tied to their echo system. Echoes are the creatures that you see within the game that you're able to fight and collect them, sort of like a Pokemon catch 'em all type of thing. And this is your gear system within Wuthering Waves, and how you farm for these is that you literally go across the map, fight them, whether it be regular NPCs or bosses. All of these are able to be echoes. You grind them, you collect them, you fight them, and if they drop, you're able to use them and get different stat rolls and stuff for them. Since these cost no stamina, the limitation to these is that you can only farm them a certain amount of times a day. I believe it's 5 times per echo if I'm not mistaken, but an easy way to bypass this is that once you unlock co-op within the game, you are able to bypass the daily limitation and actually join your other friend's world and do the farming all over again, making playing co-op actually worthwhile within Wuthering Waves. So if you have 5 friends, you can reset your farming limit 5 times within the same day. The more friends you have, the more times you can reset and farm this. And I believe you have up to 4 players within the co-op world. So farming for echoes, grinding for gear is probably going to be the best experience that you probably ever experienced for farming gear within any gacha game, which makes Wuthering Waves something special to me in my opinion. That is everything I have time for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and hopefully it was very helpful. If you guys want to see more content like this, or just Wuthering Waves content in general, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I appreciate all the love and support you guys provide. And remember to always believe in the you that believes in yourself. I see you guys in the next one.